Good evening, everyone. First of all, thank you for giving me this responsibility of being a jury chairman. That is not an easy job, but my job was made easier with the wonderful colleagues I had as my jury members. Thank you, every single jury member who were with me. Well, I came in thinking that it was a 10-day sitting in a library, watching, learning what was in 2024 in Malayalam cinema. And I really relished a 10-day journey with all of them. I hope the unanimous judgment of the jury, where we had to really sit in detail and discuss, has entrailed and satisfied the fans of Malayalam cinema. On behalf of the jury, I have a few observations to make, and after that I'm open for any questions you all have. The first observation I would like to make is about the children's cinema. This year, jury did not give the best children's film and the best child artist, boy and girl. So the simplest reason, we did not find a single film or a single attempt to make a children's film. So with great request and humility, we request the film fraternity to please think of making children's film. The film fraternity, the directors, writers should realize that in a society, it is not just the elders, it is not just the youngsters. Children are part of this society. What children think, what they understand, what is their world has to be made into cinema. Just some children casted in films just to say the heroine is a mother or a hero is a father is not children's cinema. It is not children's cinema at all, because we need to know what children think in the society. They are a very important part of this evolution. And none of the films talked about children's perception, or a few child actors were not speaking their age. They were just props. And I think it is a high time, because we have fought why there were no women-oriented films, women-represented films, strong women characters. And it took decades for men of this industry or the so-called big guys of the industry to realize that we need stronger character to women. I think now is the time to understand that we need to understand what children are, what their world is. And I hope the jury humbly requests and strongly requests the film fraternity to please make films and write roles for children too. Secondly, we had 128 films. But to be very honest, as the jury chairman, when it came to quality, I was surprised we had only 10% of those films which adhered to the quality. Though there was a lot of quality in those 10% of the films, I wish there were more films. We need to understand what is happening. Is it because the so-called big people have become busy with other language films or, pan-Indian films? I think it is their responsibility to keep the health of the industry high, because this is where they grew from. And I wish in the coming years, in spite of the great inroads with makeup, with music, with cinematography, with editing, with subjects, these 10% of the films make Malayalam cinema very proud. I wish Malayalam cinema deserves more film and the audience deserve more wonderful films. And thirdly, it could be a little, I don't know, I think last year also some jury chairman had spoken about it, about the government empowering, producing a few films. It's a very, very wonderful thing, because government doesn't look at it as business, that we need to empower 3-4 films which they produced to younger generation, younger talent to make good films. But our humble request from the jury is, It is taxpayers' money. And you academies and the government are spending that money to empower good films. Please ensure quality too. Please have a team, please have a curative team, get in certain people to judge, take up deserving youngsters making films. And that would probably, I would like to see a film supported by the government, by the academies, to reach the awards, to reach higher spaces and empower the whole thought process, because it's a very vulnerable industry of business, and to be able to spend that much of money, our taxpayers' money, because I think that money which is being given to these 4 or 5 films, I think the people are the producers of the films. Little more accountability in choosing people and in trusting and bringing in more quality cinema. Other than that, I have not much to say, and I think the jury has had a long discussion and have been appreciated a lot of talents of this 2024 jury awards. And if you have any questions from the media, we are open to the questions. Thank you.